So question 12, a bit of vector work coming up. We've got a story going on here, and there's some particle moving with this position vector here. The torus takes 65 pi seconds to reach the top, point B up here. So let's see the first question. And it's determine the height of the observation deck above the ground correct to the nearest 0.01 meters. So basically they get to the top at 65 pi seconds. So the height of the deck has got to be the z coordinate from here. So we take 0.2, multiply it by 65, and we end up with, well, what is that, 13 pi. We could grab a calculator and work out what 13 pi is. Here we go, 13 pi. We'll just flick into decimal mode to do that. 40.84 to the nearest 0.1 of a meter. Anyway, that wasn't too hard. So moving on to part B, determine the torus velocity. Now, we could again do this on the calculator. ClassPad loves nothing better than to do a bit of differentiation of vectors. Just make sure if you are planning to do it, that you've got your vectors in a row. If you put it in as a column, ClassPad won't differentiate it. But if you put it in as a column vector, it will. Anyhow, on this one, it would be kind of criminal. We've just got to differentiate each component in turn. So 10 cos 0.1t becomes minus sine 0.1t. 10 sine 0.1t becomes cos of 0.1t. And 0.2t becomes 0.2. So 2 marks in the bag, and we're rustling along. Next part of the question, show. So we've got to show here. We can't just come up with the constant speed that the torus is walking at and determine the speed again to the nearest 0.01 meter per second. So we take, on the formula sheet, if you forgot how to find the magnitude, the speed is obviously the magnitude of the velocity vector. That's on the formula sheet, as is cos squared and sine squared is 1, which we're going to use. So we take the velocity vector, square the I coefficient, the J coefficient, the Z coefficient, and add them together. But you'll notice in here we've got a cos squared plus a sine squared of the same angle. Therefore, this part simply reduces to 1. And so hence the magnitude of the velocity, the speed, is simply going to be 1 plus 0.2 squared, which is 0.04, which is the square root of 104, which is clearly constant. So we've done the show. Determine the speed correct to 0.01 meters per second. We need to square root 1.04. Here we go. So a shift power of 1.04. We could probably leave it, if we did this in standard mode, we get root 26 on 5. If we do it again in decimal mode, we get 1.02 to the nearest meter per second. Either of those, I'm pretty sure, would get you full marks.